Good morning, Kip One Primary. This is Mr. Jennings. This is your sixth lesson for kindergarten and first grade science. I'm so happy to see how well you guys been doing on your science exit tickets. I've been seeing everyone engaged. I've been seeing a lot of people working super hard, and I'm just so excited. It makes me excited seeing it every day. So we've been learning about the spinning Earth and how the Earth spins to give us nighttime and daytime. In this lesson, we are going to use video evidence to help us understand why it is daytime in some places and nighttime in other places. And to do that, we're going to be seeing some live webcams. And I'll tell you more about that shortly. So we're going to go back to our big question here. So our big question is, what can we see in the sky at different times? You don't need to look at the stuff below that. We'll get to that soon. But right now, we just focus on that first big question. What can we see in the sky at different times? I want you to think about some of the things that you can see in the sky at different times and tell a partner next to you. So you can put the video on pause. Tell them some of the things that we've learned that you can see in the sky at different times. Cool. I'm glad that a lot of friends said different things. You might have said that you can see an airplane in the sky. You might say you see clouds. You might see the moon. You might see stars. You might see the blue sky. You might see the sun. You might see different planets. From the book, we seen that there was a bird or a bat in the sky. So there's different things in the sky. Even there are birds. So we see a lot of different things in the sky at different times. I know I see more birds flying in the sky in the daytime than I do in the nighttime. And this might be either because birds are sleeping or it's too cold for birds to be around. But when we do have birds, they usually come out in the daytime and fly in the daytime, not so much in the nighttime. We're going to see some of our scientific vocabulary that we've been learning about. You'll say these things with me. First one, Earth. Earth. Yeah, everyone say Earth. Earth. Earth is our planet. We live on the planet Earth. This is where all of the livelihood that we see happens. We might not see the entire Earth because it's so massive, so humongous that most people in the world don't get to see the entire world. But it's super large, and there's different countries and continents all over. Horizon. Everybody say horizon. Horizon. Thank you. Ground and horizon is where the ground and sky meet. So when you see that sun or that like half a sun and it looks like it's going underground, or when it's coming out of the ground, when it looks like that, that is what we call the horizon. Model. Everybody say model. Models shows how something works. Just like on our last lesson when we made the model of how the sun moves across the sky, and we kind of had our modeled light pole and seeing how the shadows moved around. This was a model. It showed how something works. It wasn't actually the sun, and it wasn't actually a street light, but it was a model of the sun and a model of a street light, and we were able to use that to get a representation of how the sun moves across the sky in an arc-like way. Pattern. Everybody say pattern. Everybody say pattern. Patterns are like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's an example of a pattern. Something that is a pattern means that it repeats. So when we sing those street lights and we see red, yellow, green, red, yellow, green, red, yellow, green, red, yellow, green, that was a pattern that we saw, and we were able to tell the different parts of a pattern. Everybody say rotate. Good. Rotate means to spin. When something rotates, that means that it spins. For example, I have a model of the Earth here. When I rotate the Earth, it is spinning around, spinning, and that's how the Earth moves every day. Everybody say season. Everybody say season. Seasons are fall, winter, spring, summer. So right now we're in the springtime, and then we'll be in the summer pretty soon. So and these seasons are also a pattern. We see fall, winter, spring, summer, all every at different times of the year. Cycle, cycle. Everybody say cycle. Cycle are repeating events. So we are here, like we have fall, winter, spring, summer. it repeats over and over. It's also a pattern, but it also repeats. Everyone say temperature. Temperature. Temperature is how hot or cold something is. So obviously when the temperature is high, it's hotter, and when the temperature is lower, it's cooler or colder. Arc. Arc is a curve. This is how we've been seeing how the sun has been moving across the sky. These are our vocabulary words that we are using to learn more about the spinning earth. So I want to go here back to someone that we were learning about a couple of lessons ago, and we're going to continue to learn about these two people because they're going to help us answer our big question. So remember, the problem was Sai and his grandmother. So this is Sai. Sai is on the right. He's the young boy, and his grandmother is the lady on his left, or well, his right, our left. Um, we wanted to figure out why it was daytime for Sai while it was nighttime for his grandmother. So every day after school, we learned that Sai calls his grandmother. So it's still daytime. The sun is setting, which means it's going down. It's not down yet. It's like right when you get out of school and you can probably play outside a little bit before the street lights come on. That's the time where Sai is calling his grandmother. But for her, it is nighttime. So while he's seeing daytime, she's seeing nighttime. And it's at the same time. These aren't at different times. It's at the same time. Everybody say same time. Very good. So Sai and his grandmother live far away from each other. And that's why we believe, we'll learn more information about it, that they are seeing different things in the sky. Wow. That's why Sai sees the daytime and his grandmother sees the nighttime. So this is the sky at Sai's house when he calls his grandmother after school. Right here, this is the sun setting. This is when it's going down. This is kind of that point where you'll be able to see that horizon when you see those like beautiful colors when the sun is either setting or rising. So this is when Sai calls his grandmother. When he calls his grandmother, this is his sky, but his grandmother's sky looks like this. Do we see any sunlight inside his grandmother's sky? No, we see the stars in her sky. So we're figuring out, why does she see the stars and it's dark while Sai sees the daytime or the sun setting when he calls his grandmother. These are the side by side. This is Sai's sky on the left and Sai's grandmother's sky on the right. And we see that there's a difference between the two. So today we're going to be looking at places around the world right now. So obviously we can't go around the world, not only because we're in shelter in place, but also because Mr. Jennings can't get everyone and fly them out on the plane. Even though I want to, I'm not able to do that. So we have these live webcams that are across the world. So webcams are just videos that are being taken, and when they're live, that means it's something that's happening right now. So these live webcams are happening right now. So we're going to see a couple of different places around the world and see what does their sky look like, and think about what our sky looks like. So this is what I want you to do. When I say go, you're going to put the video on pause and go look up at your sky and see what it looks like. When I say go, you're going to put your video on pause and then go see what your sun looks like or what your sky looks like. Get ready, go. Cool. So you guys just seen what your sun looks like or your sky looks like right now. For most of us, if you're watching our video in the morning, it's daytime, and that's the sun that I see too. So, kind of let's see here just to make sure. Okay. I have some fun, little adventure here. So when I go outside, I can see that it's daytime right now. I can see the sun in the sky. It's daytime. So I'm going to take you guys to a couple of places around the world, and we're going to see if their sky looks like our sky or Mr. Jennings' sky if you're watching this video at nighttime. So we're just saying that it was daytime outside. We're going to be looking at these couple of different places. So we're going to start off here with Boston. So this is Boston right now. So my sky was a little cloudy. It was a little light, but it was also a little cloudy. And I see the same thing here in Boston. It's a bit cloudy, but I know they still in the daytime, just like I am. Next, we have Miami. Miami, they have like beach. Usually it's a sunnier weather, so I don't. I see a little less clouds. It looks really sunny outside, and obviously we don't see a lot of people outside on their beach because we're in the shelter in place where people are being safe. I hope that you guys are too. So in Miami, we also see that we have the same sky right now. It's both daytime. We might have a little bit more clouds than them, or they might have a little bit more sun, but we all are still in the daytime. Next, I have Washington, D.C. This is where the president stays. We can see that their sky is super bright. It's daytime. The sky is clear. It looks pretty good. It's just like our sky as well. Next, we're going to look at Japan. So Japan are where Japanese people live. This is a far place around from where we are now. It's dark here. I know that like these people cars, their lights are on. It looks pretty dark here. It's actually 2:33 in the morning. So this is where most people are sleeping. So while we're up in the daytime enjoying our day, these people are mostly sleeping. So they're in a different time zone than we are in. We're also going to look at, okay, this one isn't working here. See if I can get it back up. Sorry. This is our test that's going to be coming up. See if we can get it up. So this is Moscow. This is another far place. Actually, I think Moscow, they're just turning into morning. So I think it's like 5 a.m. here. So I'll probably exit out of this one. So we'll just focus on, sorry, we'll just focus on Japan and seeing how Japan is in a dark, is dark while we are in the daytime. So our big question is, what do we see in the sky at different times, and does everyone see the same sky? And we figured out that everyone does not have the same sky that we see because it's dependent on where they are in our world. People are all across the world, and sometimes the we have the same sky, and sometimes we have different skies. So we're going to watch a quick video and kind of see how some skies are different and why they are different.
It's daytime. We have to go to school.
So they're in the
I
daytime right now.
wish
We're gonna
we
see from
only
here.
had nights and no days. Then you cannot go to the playground and ride swings. Oh, yes. Mummy sends me out to play only during the day. I wonder why we have days and nights at all. Before we discuss the formation of day and night, we must recall some basics about the rotation of the earth. I know what this is. This is a globe, a miniature earth. Yes, this is the axis of the globe, and this is how the globe rotates. Wow! So the earth has an axis? The earth's axis is an imaginary line that runs through the poles of the earth. And as I see in the globe, the axis is tilted at an angle. Yes, at 23.5 degrees. And the movement of the earth on its own axis is called rotation. All this is clear to me. But why do we have days and nights? To explain that, I need to use my magic wand. Where are you? It's so dark. I can't see anything. Wait, I'll switch on the lamp. Wow, you are the earth. and the lamp is the sun. Okay, I'm loving this. See, the light is only falling on my front side. This is day. Now go be.
So when we look at this video, we can see how part of the world is in the daytime while the other part of the world is in the nighttime. So you can see where that light is hitting half of the earth. The other half is in the dark time, is in nighttime, while one half is in the daytime. So everyone doesn't get the same we don't get the same daytimes and the same night times. We have to be on the same side of the earth when the sun is shining on that side to have the same nighttime. Same daytime, sorry. And then the other side will have that nighttime. We're going to stop our video here today. You'll have an exit ticket with some questions that are wrapped around what we just learned today. So, see you guys tomorrow. Hope you guys stay safe.